Welcome back to This Life with Sel. My name is Selena and thank you so much for tuning in to our Becoming series. Today we're discussing how to rebuild your routine after a life audit. If you did your life audit in the first video, then this is the second video that you need to figure out how are we going to create a routine that feels good, not forced. We don't need to be feeling forced because you know you're not going to do it. It's going to be like, who said I'm doing that? I was just amazed with the amount of time that we let go to waste. Do you know there is 168 hours in a week? 168. 24 hours a day. Do you know how much time goes to waste? Probably not, because you didn't do your self-audit. But if you did, then you're in the right place. And if you haven't, please do your self-audit and come right back here. Before we get into our routine, I want you to take a pen and paper. And I want you to write down 168. After you write down 168, I want you to subtract your known time, okay? I want you to take your calculator. And I want you to, how many hours of sleep you do. So for example, if you do 8 hours, 8 times 7, right? Well, that's 56. So you're going to deduct that from your 168. Now you have 112 hours. What are we going to do with 112 hours? I'll tell you what. Now we're going to deduct whether you go to work full-time, part-time, okay? So if you do 40 hours of work a week, you're gonna minus 40 hours. Part-time work, I want you to deduct that. Freelance, you make your own hours, calculate your hours for that week, deduct it. Okay, after you subtract that, I want you to come back here. You're a student, deduct school hours, total study time. It may vary for some weeks because you may need to study more for an exam. Now that you deducted your work hours, your sleep hours, or your school hours, now I want you to also deduct traffic. If you work from home, no worries. You don't need to deduct that. Deduct your traffic. Determine how many hours on a day you spend first, and then times it by 7 or 5, however many days you work a week, then subtract that as well. If you're a parent, travel time includes your actual transportation time to get to work and the time back home, as well as dropping your kids off and picking your kids up. Now, when it comes to housework, chores and errands and all this other stuff, we are going to use that within the time that we have remaining. The remaining time. This is the time that you're going to use and you're going to be blown away. Let's say it's 56 hours you have left. Let's say it's 72 hours you have left. Whatever is your end time, even if it's not a lot, because some people do work multiple jobs. That's okay. We're going to utilize this time. You already utilize rest. So don't say, oh, I don't have time to rest. We already took out the time for rest and we gave you the large amount. Now that you did your deductions, now we're going to open up your calendar. Okay, I want you to open up a Google Calendar. Write out what time frames are your non-negotiables. You can't change the time frame of that, whether it's traveling or actual work or school, learning or studying. And I want you to put it on your calendar. Put it all on your calendar. In this video, I'm going to provide a freebie for you to download. It's free, once again, freebie for you to download, so that way you could get a little highlighter, get cute with it, or if you have an iPad, just download it, whatever works for you. Do what works for you. And in this calendar, what I want you to do is I want you to color coordinate your travel, your work, the things that you just can't, you cannot change. It's set in stone, you know? And it might vary every week because you might have a doctor's appointment, something might come up, your kids might get sick. We don't know. Okay, you just never know. And with the remaining time now, I want you to take that remaining time and now all those things on your list that we audit that you would like to do, or need to stay consistent doing, we're going to add to the calendar, but we're going to have a different color. So the things you cannot change, make it red, make it a bold color, any color, I don't care. Make it that color where you know, no, this can't change. I have to do these things, okay? The remaining time now is what we're gonna divide and spread out throughout the week of what we're gonna do. Now, hear me out. Do the things that needs to be done first. Do not wait for the ending of the week. Get them out the way at the beginning of the week. So that way, if something comes up, because life happens all the time. But if something comes up, you can push it back later into the week. If you try to do it at the end of the week, and let's say the beginning of the week was smooth, it's nothing. Now life's going to be happening because it works that way. Life is happening now. It's the middle of the week, it's the ending of the week, and now you don't have time to do the things you was originally supposed to do. The most important things. So if you have a 9 to 5 and you have a house load of kids, chores, or you're a student, whatever the case may be, or you're doing all of the above, peace be with you, child. Make sure you get your most important stuff out in the beginning of the week. After you figure that out, then the remaining time you put in wherever you want all the other things to go that you would like to do. If you need a 20-minute doom scroll, by all means, but make sure you have a timer. Put timers on. Seriously, we for the most part have our phones, technology around us at all times. Where's my light? Oh, that's cute. Why didn't I have this light before? For the most part, we have our technology next to us. I'm currently on a social detox. I have short time slots where I am allowed to go into admin work. That's the only time I'm allowed to look at social media, because it just leads to doom scrolling. And I know me very well. It started off productive, and then it just became bloop, bloop, bloop. Hours of my night gone. Hours of my night. I'm talking about the time that I'm supposed to do my night routine, the time that I'm supposed to be getting things done and ready so that way the next day runs smooth. All of it is gone because I spent so much time doom scrolling. And you know when the girl pops up, have you been scrolling? I can't even remember it word for word because I swipe up so fast when I see her, like, girl, don't you sit there and judge me. Bloop. No, we're not doing this anymore. Find that thing that is taking up all your time, take it out, and watch how productive you become. Now, back to your schedule. What were the main 3 things that you are trying to achieve? Have you determined it really? Have you really sat there and said, okay, this is what I really want to work on. This is what I really want to improve. In the last video, we discussed our 3 top priorities that we would like to achieve. If you have not, this is the perfect time for you to choose your top 3. It can change later on, but what is the 3 you want to focus on right now? You need to make sure that they all connect back to at least one. Mine, once again, was consistency, discipline, and lastly was creativity. I need to make sure that my discipline is a ripple effect. Whatever I do, it either has to reflect that I have discipline, it needs to reflect now that I'm being consistent, or it needs to reflect back that I'm being creative. I think I'm doing pretty good. And then you have to ask yourself the same way I ask myself, does this routine align with one of my priorities? Does it support it, or does it take away from it? Is it adding, or is it stealing? Swiping, no swiping. Swiping, no swiping. Oh man, we ain't doing that. He got to go. Swiper gotta go. Call him out real quick. Get him out. If you're not using that time to become and align yourself with the things that you need to do to be who you want to be, then you're clearly wasting your time. And the only person to blame is yourself. And this is not to make you feel bad. It's a judgment-free zone. But this is an eye-opener. We reached the point of awareness. Now we need to put into action to see the results. We could do affirmations all we want. We can say our little manifestations all we want. But if we don't put in the work, we're not going to see the results. We need to help the universe align with us. You see the time that you have. You got that number. What are you going to do with that time? Some days, listen, that's the beauty about knowing your time and having those hours of what you have that you can waste and use, because once you align yourself and put all the important things on this calendar, you're able to have your leisure time. Then you're able to 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, 30 minutes there, hour here this weekend, because you already prioritized your main goals, which means you already worked on them. So now that extra time, you could do as you please. I'm not saying if you have 56 hours, spend all 56 creating. You're gonna get overwhelmed. I'm not saying if you have 56 hours, spend all 56 hours, I don't know, whatever it is that you wanna do. You don't have to do that. You just need to make sure you take that time that you have, see it for yourself, and then evaluate, okay, what can I do to improve here? A routine is not supposed to control you. It's supposed to support you. So you want clear skin, you better do that skincare. You want clear skin, you better drink that water in the morning. I feel like a lot of times, especially when I first created my routine, at first it wasn't true to me. I was sitting there going on Pinterest, going on YouTube, TikTok, listening to everybody, morning routine, 5 a.m. routine, all of these routines that did not align with me. No, don't do that. You're going to stress yourself out. You're putting unnecessary pressure on yourself. The goal of us auditing our life is that way we know exactly what we need to work on, rather than what someone else deems perfect. Well, the best routine for the morning. No, that's your routine, boo. I'm going to do mine. Okay? Because your routine don't work for me. Okay? That's a routine I'm not aligned with. Let's just put it that way. If you find yourself trying to do a routine that you saw on Pinterest or TikTok or somebody else talking about, no. The reason why it didn't stick and you didn't stick to it, because it doesn't align with you. That's not what you was meant to be. That's not what works for you. If you have kids and you're trying to follow somebody who has a nanny, baby, okay, if you're a student, a mom, and you work full time, that schedule's not gonna work for you. There's mouths to feed in between. Like, there's no air to breathe with that routine. Your routine needs to be different. I want you to also realize that your current routine needs to match your current season, okay? What may work for you in the winter may not work for you in the spring. Different seasons, different growth, different activities, different purposes. That's it. Don't question it. You need to alter your routine. You need to have a routine that fits for you on your best day and a routine that fits for you on your worst day, because life be life. And once again, we're not moving on how we feel. And instead of trying to butcher up your whole day, break it down into pieces. I want you to take each part and work it out slowly. We could do morning, midday, evening. Let's say you just want to focus on mornings to get the habit of that. And then next week we're going to add evenings. Get the habit of that. And then finally midday. Get the habit of that. For me, in the mornings, I need to feel like I have a good head on my shoulder before I start the day. I like to take a nice hot shower. In the process of doing my skincare, I'm listening to morning affirmations. Now, my night routine is totally different. It's about rest. It's about me. It's about just focusing on me. Skincare, hygiene, and then get in my nice pajamas. And then I want to sit on my couch. I want to feel like a blob just melting into my couch. Finally, the peace, the silence, the quiet, because I have kids and they're beautiful. But that's the quietest my house is gonna be when they are asleep. I get to watch a show uninterrupted. If you keep realigning yourself and keep trying and find out new things that work for you and change things that don't, eventually you're gonna get it. Just don't give up on yourself. And that's one thing about my discipline that I'm really trying to focus on, because me being disciplined is me showing up for myself. It's showing that I care. So your routine, once again, is not about being perfect or having, look at this perfect routine. No, it's showing that you care for yourself. It's showing that you're willing to show up for yourself, even on the days when you don't feel like it, right? It's your way of saying I matter. It's your way of saying, even though I don't have the best body or the best skin or the best job or the best anything, home, you're showing up for yourself one day at a time. You're working on those things. You're building those things to get better. It's about building habits that match your peace, your purpose, and you becoming you. Here's how I like to visualize my becoming. Anytime I'm doing a habit or a routine that's supposed to guide me to my future self, I view it as me getting a step closer to passing that baton to future me. You know, so when I get to that point where the baton is passed, obviously there's always going to be work that needs to be done to get better and better and better. But every step counts. You're on a track field, right? It's a relay race. You need to pass that baton. But each time you pass that baton, it's to a newer version of you. It's to become a version of you. It's the better version of you. So those little steps, they add up. You know, who cares about the person to your left? Who cares about the person to your right? Your focus is you. Present day you is running towards next season you. Next season you is running to the next season of you. Don't think too far ahead. You can't worry about the other two stages that you need to pass that baton to. You need to focus on getting that baton to the next version of you. How are you going to get there? One step at a time. That is how I love to see it. I had a moment where the old me passed that baton, and I remember sitting in that experience and I'm like, I couldn't believe it was real, because I passed that baton to me. I worked my butt to get where I needed to go, and I remember sitting in that feeling like, this feels so surreal. Is this really happening to me? Yes, it was, because I put in that work. And sometimes that's where gratitude comes into play, because now you're looking back of the things that you're grateful for. You're finally visualizing and seeing for yourself all the things that you're working toward and finally got. One step at a time, use your routine. And with that being said, I will be providing, once again, a free printout, highlight, save on your iPad, create your schedule, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, what you need to add, subtract, even though, you know, we already did most of that for the audit. If this helped you in any way and you understand that you are that girl passing the baton to your next season, and every step of the way counts, every step of the way matters, consistency is key, got to keep pushing forward, then please like and subscribe. And I would love for you to join me on my Becoming series, because you deserve to be the woman that you dream of. You deserve to work towards that person that someone may not understand right now, but later on you understand, because you know what you're doing and what you're working towards. If you can, comment your focus word for this season. My name is Selena. I truly appreciate you. I cannot wait to see you next video. Later, love you, bye. I'm such a millennial for that.